Hello, everybody. Think we're live? I think we're live now. Hello, everyone. How's it going? We're gonna build another ship. My screen's a mess right now from my previous, or from a screenshot for the thumbnail. So clean this up, and then we can kind of get things started here. I don't need to be so huge. Make myself my micro self. We just gotta do some shopping. Clean all this up. Get off my screen. I need to get the basic components from my shipbuilding, and then we can actually start finagling with things. What are we gonna need here? We're going to need abs. Just need some of these to make all these things fit. Those are fuel tanks, not engines I'm deleting. We actually need fuel tanks. Oh, do these really not have all-around connections? I gotta be this way. Shroud, making things difficult. We're going for a high-end ship with 4 habs is my goal. Nice and simple one this time. Why do we got errors? Unattached modules? Touche. We do have some unattached modules. Kind of floating out here in the middle of nowhere. Doing their thing where they shouldn't be. Okay, got 6 engines. That's what we're bringing. What's the flight check now? Apparently we only have weak ass grav drive, weak reactor. Okay, so reactors. High-end ships get high-end reactors. Z8 pinch can get thrown on here. Grav drives. Just go as high as possible on the grav drive. Just make this the most expensive ship possible. No corners cut, even though there's no point in it. Freaking 450 grand in just engines and grav drive and reactor. Flight check. Ship now has 2 fewer landing gears. Touche, game. Touche. How many do we need on here? Just 1? Or a few more just for safety in case I decide to stop anywhere else. We need to go to... Trying to think of what else we want to throw on this ship. I need landing gears. So I know no matter what we're going to... Whoops. I might pick up a few of the Hope Tech ones and a few of the Nova ones. The 2 4s. It'd be cool to fit in 1 or 2 of the really big 55 landing gears we just used on Turtle Ship. Torn here.
Hey,
let's pick up our stuff though.
Okay.
I'd like to modify the ship here. Give us the basic building blocks. Apparently I didn't make this the home ship for flying around. Touche. Shipbuilder. G. Here. I'll need a few of you. 6 is usually a safe bet. Normally we don't push over needing 6 of these ever. Guess I should have transformed them all and cloned them there, but you know what? We're gonna redo this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't put that there. Still within size limits. We're okay then. What errors do we have now? No, none of those are touching the ground. Touche, game. Touche. There we go. Accept. Salute you too, my friend. Thanks for the respect. Where is... So bad to remember where our vendors are. The Valo. Valo's under here. Hello, Hopetown. Landed Hopetown. Should be going to bars while we're in here also. Because there's a way to get higher shield stats for screenshots. For staff hiding numbers. We gotta hire some folk.
You should inspect your ship for heat. Anything I can help you with? Okay, no problem.
Oh, we also need to pick up our cockpit. Planning to go to Demos. Shipbuilder B, G. The big boy landing gears. Don't think there's any way I could ever squeeze more than 4 of these on the size ship I'm thinking about making, so I don't think there's any reason to take more than 4. Set back out of here. How we head to Demos? Demos station. What you got, Demos? Set a course to Demos. Full burst. Get within landing range. Apparently we don't have full powered engines for some reason. Right before we smack into the station. We got that dog off.
Ship is now docked. Perfect. Didn't even smudge the paint.
Let's pick up the Demos cockpit. That gives us 8 crew. We've got the landing gear we need. We've got the engines we need. The reactor. We might go find some other weapons later. But as of right now, we'll be good.
Of course.
Shipbuilder. Cockpits. Demos bridge. We are now too long. Reach you to there. Your docking bay is way back there for some reason. Eat these. Are you there? Reach you. Pull you out there. Double click this. Bring it forward. Not going to work because of this landing gear. That shrinks the length down to an acceptable number. Now it's the fun job of getting these insane landing gear on here. Bring you 2 down. That gives me at least 1 of you. You have no side mounting point. Take fuel tank off, throw it there, flip you. Gets everything attached. Still the flight check error Y. Unattached modules. What's going on? Touche. These are not attached. They are now attached. Accept.
Who fails, the other does.
When you get serious
I might not mind
Oh shit. We needed...
seeing that.
I didn't buy something at Hopetown. Whoops. Got ahead of myself. Tuvalu. I want one of their Hab cross braces. I might actually pick up Wyatt. That's not Pavlo. Derp. Back to Hopetown we go, and then we get Some cross braces, some four-way braces.
This is Freestar Collective Space.
Yeah, I know, you need to
Hold while we
scan me.
your ship. You're good to go. All clear to land at Hopetown.
Can you dock at Pavlo Station? There's so many things I just haven't explored or done in this game. They're like crazy choices. Boom, boom. I've got music going that you guys can't hear, so when you guys see me jamming out, that's what we're doing. It's copyright claims. YouTube's evil about those.
Need some work done?
Yes, I'd like to modify my ship, please. Thank you, my friend. Hey, turtle. Oh, shipbuilder. My brain just fried. There we go. I want Habs. Well, some of you. One of you, actually. Oh, these aren't actually what I thought they were. I thought these were a four-way intersection with a hallway. Huh. That changes the whole design I had up in my head. It's fine. Let's bring 4 of these with us. You can't buy them at your outposts. I'll take 6 of these is safe. Doubt I'll use that many, but says we have unattached modules. Where, who, what, why, and when. Didn't touch the reactor, but somehow we detached it. Figure that one out, game. Okay. Commandering of parts is together, and we are now going to work our way to our outpost. And begin the creative process of building a ship. See what we can come up with. I mean, stat-wise, pretty familiar to other ships I've made, because it's a high-end ship, and I have the same goals of getting as much stats as we can in it while still having a cool-looking ship. But instead of only 2 habs, I want to do a 4 hab. I should also test building just at another base. One that doesn't have so much stuff going on at it. I wish there was a 4-way hallway thing, but there isn't, unfortunately. It would get rid of the ladders. I don't. Yeah, like I was thinking that was that. It's not. Which hab of mine has the least, or which outpost has the least just crap at it? Because my FPS is like 23 at that freaking place because there's so much going on. Do I actually... Nah, it wouldn't be that easy. I don't know if I've got habs of like nothingness or outposts. If I remember correctly, this is a pretty world. It's kind of the thing with this game. Maybe a modder can make it, right? Maybe. Maybe they can. We're at 30 FPS here too. Is there just like on a deserted planet that I have an outpost on? It just doesn't have anything on it. There's nothing on this planet, right? This is curiosity. Like, is there a planet that has better FPS for building on? Not really. It's just pretty low at the outposts in general. Whatever. Let's build here and live with it. Make home ship. Shipbuilder. Okay. Let's do some sort of organization here of all my extra parts. Got 6 of you can get thrown over here. 4 of you can get thrown over here. I should just make everything in a line if that's what I'm gonna do. It's too big. Let's do that. Take all these big guys. Match them. Try and limit the perpetual chaos that is my life. Did I delete 2 of these by accident? Because I swear I made 6. Whatever. Apparently I didn't make 6. I made 5. Counting's hard. I never learned to count to 6. I only had 1 hand. Oh wait, shit. No excuses then. Not valid. Oh crap. Hit my macro keys. Also, like, that's freaking out. There we go. 6 engines. Cockpit comes off. And I think all of this is leftover old ship crap. Okay. So what do we want to do? I want you. Let's just do Demos Habs. Because they're different and just to do for now, and I might change them out at some point. Demos. This is the goal. To get all of this on this ship. Just looking different and cool. I want cargo. Did I already click through cargo? Can't be the only one that scrolls through these things countless times. I want at least 1 shielded cargo on here, so if I just take the biggest one... just for the mass. There we go. That's the goal. Probably 1 less of these, but to get this on the ship. No ladders. A cool pattern. Those don't work the way I thought they did either. There's no way to rotate, transform. Nope. Yow! Star Trek Enterprise, this thing? I don't know a good start. It's fine. The very beginning. It gets wonky eventually. So if we had something like that, I could throw like a reactor in here, and this in here. We need a docking bay or a landing thing. You've got some of the best connectors ever, but you create ladders. You're a side docker. Could slam it. Make another slam ship. Not sure about the slamming. Start to come into pancakes. Hey, Blenzo. How's it going? Bleezo? I said Blenzo. It's Bleeze? I don't think we're gonna slam this one. You're so square, but you have amazing connection points. Could try and make this ship a little bit more boxy. Something I haven't done. Oh, what is that force for dockers? Probably is going to force a Demos docker top. Then you get these stupid gaps with your docking modules or your habs. Wow, your landing base. Word, it's hard. Brain's running elsewhere. Trying to think of options here. That is going to super limit. You do fit tight up in here, though. I'm loving these landing gears lately, even though they're so hard to work with. Super funky asymmetricalness. How tight can we get this cockpit to one of these things? So now we're looking Millennium Falcon-ish. Can we actually slam this thing with an at level freaking landing bay? It's going good. Just starting out the customization here. We're gonna see if we can get maybe a little crazier than I want to get. Because like this is looking weird, right? Kinda might like it though. Getting 6 engine mounted on this kind of layout though gonna get really freaking weird. The engine pack's gonna have to be nuts. I'm wondering if I can get like an engine pack over here. That's just like just engines and look halfway decent. I know it's so hard to even get like a feel for things right now. Tighten that up a little. Then I could try structural. Oof, it's not gonna work. Because those landing gear are monsters. We learned that in the last thing. Oh, I need to do length tests. At 39. Oh no, we're way shorter. I can even go longer if we had to. We're at 35. I did want to kind of try and fit a certain type of greebling in here. Where's fuel tanks, the big boy, which is you. And I think if I remember correctly, is this kind of greebly? It's super limiting mount points, though. I think I want it down. How did that not move it down at all? Question mark? Now it's kind of like glitching into the ground because the ship is so slammed. What if we make this a focal point? Center of ship. So it'd be really game. What the fuck, game? Hey, Sled, how's it going? So, like, that's our center. The shitty part is these engines won't fit in that anyway. Oh, I'm gonna struggle so hard with these 6 huge engines, strapping them on the back, even with cool things like this. I need to watch my own YouTube video to remember exactly how this greebling was set up. Somewhere in here, we made a thing. This is why you take screenshots of things you want to remember. So that's me trying to reassemble it. So we're past where I was creating things. It's my wife. It's my phone. Where did I do this? It was such a fun build. I feel like it was when we were struggling to get... Well, there's the fuel tank we were trying to use. I see it. It's floating off the edge of my screen. Just show it for a second. Was it a dual fuel tank? Not a single. Yet. Okay then, so I have this set up. I think like this. Yeah. Well, that's way too much mass and way too much fuel. That is not practical. This current ship. I also don't mind this little greebling though. How to strap an engine to this thing? Getting a fourth hab on here is gonna look weird with that in the center. It's really weird too. Oh, that's gonna get really, really long, really, really quick. What's our length? 37. That gives me no room to go past this point to try and attach engines. How does this look? I think it's just too big for this ship design. I think we're gonna have to come up with a different greebly for the fuels. I think I like these being tucked in here more than that fuel tank. Oh, getting these engines on here. It's 3. The scar on my head is itching so bad, but it's because I itched it. Oh. Not much is gonna fit in there with those landing gear. I love it. That still leaves me with 1. Placeholder these for now. Wait, how did you snap in? Oh, you snapped on the back there. You technically don't have a top-bottom snap. That's right. So get some real placeholders. Trying to get a shape. And we work around it. Nova bracers. The most basic placeholder there is. I think angling those down would be very, very hard. Those are too far down anyways. They need to come up by 1. Let's have a slammed ship. But fading these down would be so hard. Because these things are in the way. Could fade down these way easier. Now you have this weird off-centered outside, super huge inside not situation. Should make the fade out huge. And this should make just flying it feel like crash. Having just a high mid. I know all my problems are from the inability to offset one down because of how I have it slammed. Plan is to go super high end. People, view wise and stuff, seem to just really like high stat numbered ships that are super high end. There's gonna be like another 950,000 credit ship. But I want it to be different. High stats. Right now we're trying to figure out the 6 engine layout. And I'm thinking about having it slammed again. But slamming it with 6 engines, I can get 5 on well, and then I just have 1 extra. Just thinking. The silence of thought. That makes getting to your cockpit a pain, but it's kind of a pain the other way too. But like, it just looks so weird having this in the center. Why didn't you snap there? You were just there. Was I technically glitching it? Well, that fuck up the whole layout. Well, shit then. If we can't have these here. Like, I'm not glitching it, right? Just the landing gear can go in after the cockpit, but the cockpit can't go in after the gear. Okay. Shit, I don't know if I want to eat that yet. Oh, I just hate that middle being so high. It's so high. Can I make it look less high if I just bring up the other stuff by 1? Well, now I'm making everything an absolute nightmare to try and fade into things. That's an aggressive stance, right? kind of wanted to fit those gun pods on here too, though, and I don't know where we'd put the gun pods. That's the hard part. Like, what fade options would even... Nothing pairs up with these tiles very well. Ooh, that's real strong. That's an aggressive chunky boy right there. Do I hate it? No. Love it yet? No. It has a very strong stance to it. So I'm fairly certain nothing's gonna fit here. Actually, Demo's wing fits there. Well, that makes that real tight in there. Don't hate. These are only weapon mounts, I'm guessing, right? No, these are straight up mounts. Well, that opens options. Okay. What is up with the camera angles today? Like, come on, game. Show me what you're doing. Put a fucking spinal mount weapon platform at the very top. I don't know. Not sold up there yet. Not even sure what exactly I want to do up there. These are probably gonna look weird patterned like this down here. I guess I could make one of these things, see how I could even imagine to fit it in here, and then try and make possibly other variations of this thing. I need a hab first. Let's do a Demos hab. Let's do a Nova hab. Let's do Stroud. Let's make some of these gun pods. See what variations we can make. I'll set up the one we know first. Up, please. Thank you. I think this isn't going to look aggressive enough with the way it's rounded for the ship design. That's how I'm feeling. So it just mirrors the light field dim in this place. Is it like nighttime on the planet I'm on or some shit? Looks like I built all these things at -3. That would be why. Okay. Looking for slopes. Single slopes. Proper mounting points and structural. Could technically use one of these at the front part, right? Question is, what looks good sticking off the back? It's a little weird. Not completely sold on it. Is there anything that can marry these two things together that looks halfway decent? I doubt it. Unless we did something stupid like this, which then just looks really, really weird. Not sold on that either. It's too bad spines don't have front and back mounting points, because that would look sick here. You don't have front or back mountings either, right? You're just top bottom. Yeah. So close. You don't have proper mounting points. Not very rounded either. We know about the Stroud gun platform, which is this one. Doesn't look atrocious there, they just don't mirror well. That would be an interesting engine mount setup right there. Did you just place it for me? No? We're gonna have to scroll all the way through everything again? Thank you, game. That's one of the choices for a Stroud gun platform. Looking for this. Is there a Taio gun platform we could do? Could do a bottom one. Has all the mounting points, right? What tires could fit on the front of this, though? The round front from the Eclipse ships. The round front from Eclipse ships is usually an upside down, or it's usually the rounded bottom with their cockpit on top, right? And it's usually... Can you even buy that at your outpost? It's usually this, right? But this can't get flipped over or do anything. They usually do that cockpit with this on the bottom. Or are you talking about like a towel cowling like this? Which isn't terrible. It comes out far enough. But it's weird that the tile pieces don't line up properly. It's weird. These actually have rear-facing versions. I mean, that's looking pretty sick for a gun platform. Question is, can we find something to clean up the front side of this? It doesn't even look terrible as a double gun platform, the tile one. I have to remember that. I think that's too big of a platform for this current ship. There's just not like a front sloped down thing to cover this that matches it. Just line up like shit. It's not like a terrible lineup, but it just doesn't look right in my brain. Kinda wish the Stroud had a rounded edge to it to match there. Could just go weird with it. Also make it a cooling area. It kind of breaks up the lines a little bit. So you don't notice as much the difference here. Don't think so, but it is an option. Other choices would be no cargoes. Be a terrible idea in reality, but just gotta curious what it looks like. Definitely not the fucking worst. It's It's not great. Oh, you can get really weird with these and build things in between them and stuff. Well, just found a way to put insane detail on some shit with depth. Like, this is... Oh, it's too bad you can't put anything else behind it, though. That would have been so good if you could double up the spines and actually make a thing out of it. I mean, that's still cool. I don't think I've seen anything like that on any ship, like for a greebling. Oh, there's a cross bracing back there, which would be why you can't put anything back there. What else fits in here? Just a cool thing to remember for another build, probably. Because you could even just like do like that and throw this up on top of something. Just looks cool. So then you can continue building off of this down here. Okay. Trying to find some that looks like it makes some sort of sense here. This doesn't blend. It might be the shroud, this thing. How well does it hide? It's not the most terrible. Super boxy, a little aggressive, not the biggest fan. This is my Stroud one though, right? Because that would kind of match what we got going on up there. Make a copy of this. Ugh, you don't have... Oh, you're a docker. Lols, you're not what I thought you were. Excuse me, Docker. Please go back to your existence over there. I wanted this. I think it's way too thick. That is such a thick boy. Even though it has a slope. It's just so thick. Sure, it's not terrible, but it doesn't match the aesthetic. I think this matches the aesthetic the most so far of the rest of the ship. Still gotta be something that fits in here. How well do you hide? Actually hides and blends pretty well, except from the back angle. I like that better, actually. It's too bad you can't just flip this thing over. I don't know why they put pieces in this game, you know what I mean? And then not let you just rotate them however you want, but only some of them can be rotated whenever you want. The amount of customization and build options that would open up would be just amazing. But they're like, nah, fuck that. What does like a full rounded version of this look like? I'm glad you liked one of my ships. Which one did you build? It's like, that's too much. And then it's like, what do I fit pipes here? Then it's like, what are we pumping that would go from the forward to here, right? And I'm making fucking sense. The only way that would make sense is if it was like this. But I don't like the way that looks, and then it's like, why have that forward one? That would be really cool on a rounded ship, though. It has just enough boxiness where it's like kind of okay. Nice. Well, you might like this ship then, because we're making another super high-end ship. Just trying to get a gun pod that can kind of match the aesthetic of this aggressive boxy up here. It's not the worst. I don't hate that right now. We're going to copy this. Delete you guys. I'm gonna throw this one back together. Just kind of keep it over here. Let's see which one looks better on the ship. Is there any reason I'm slamming this ship? It's my biggest question. And I don't think there's a yes to that question. And it's like, if there is no yes to that question, why am I doing it? Can we radically shift this all down? Not really, actually. 'Cause then we're not bound by anything, because the reactor has no rear mounting points. Hmm. I need to placeholder that for now, because there's no rear mounting points for the reactor for me to even pretend like I'm building here. And you were snapped to nothingness? You were just free floating out there? So this whole design was an illusion that was made up anyways. Okay then. Got it. Well, that's inconvenient at best. I only want 4 habs. 4 habs is my goal. People got mad at my 2, so I won't give them 4. And people modified my 2 into a 4 anyways, so... So is this really just a complete illusion? Yeah, these were just attached to nothing. Huh. Now we're back to complicated engine setups. I don't even think I could put it back the way it was, so I either have to right this second undo until it's back the way it was, or commit to this lower design that's symmetrical and not slammed. Well, that unillusions that. But now we have 0 rear connections again. I mentioned how much I hate this freaking 8Z pinch reactor. You are all up to high 1, that's what's going on. So that's only kind of an illusion of an engine package now, because it's not technically connected. So I'd have to do like this. Or something like that, and then bridge this for it to actually be connected. it's still an illusion this way. I feel like we're just approaching the territory of too similar to things I've done in the past. Oh, what's going on here? It's my wife's my phone. I also don't think these 4 are going to be enough. We're going to need more. And I don't like that there isn't a second connection point of these anywhere mixed in here. It's just so structurally weak with only the one. If we put like this down here, did like a U. Somewhere I have more of these things. They're so heavy, but I love the way they look. I could delete those. Throw a radiator down here. No, a radiator won't fit. Why? Guess it does phase up into the other thing. It's our winglets. Is there any reason to not have more habs? How many more cargoes do I have? 2? I think we're only gonna have one more to place though. Arguably do that. Fit you with you there. Snap in there. You do. That technically connects the bottoms. Bring you there. Loving reducers so far. Used quite a few to get a look inside the hams. Got a sub for me. As a result, Starfield deserves the rating it got, but it's a game I could still play for years. I agree. And hopefully modders and other people can bring it around. But we'll see what they do with the patches. Oh. If we take you out, why won't a hab fit there? Okay, it will. Give the people 6 habs, bring you forward 1. Now I'm getting really wonky. Because what I'm thinking of doing is putting like one of these on each side. Is it too wide though? I think it is. We remove that. Bring you forward 1. Does screw up the whole second cross strutting I just did underneath here though. This could arguably just get moved up 1. That does give the 2 bracings here. Well, I'm glad you guys are enjoying the build guides. We're trying to make another one now. That's just gonna look weird there because it intersects. Super aggressive though. So this brings us back down to the 4 habs. Gives off like way more of like a praying mantis vibe or something, right? Yeah, we'll do interior tours and make sure things aren't getting too crazy. Why is everything not fitting now? Move those out the way. Get the ship back in one piece. I know that this is technically a separate package. It's not really connected currently, but that's to be fixed. Okay. Why won't you connect? Oh crap. Oh, it's because you're connecting to this, which isn't connected to the ship. Has anyone else been having this problem with the builder lately? Where it just like randomly detaches like half your ship from itself? Oh, I've got too many things in my way. Move all my experiments out of the way. Big question is, which one of these do we like the looks of better? This guy? I think this one, to be totally honest with you. Why is this a separate entity? we should flip this. That would look so good flipped. Come on, game. I don't know what I'm liking more, the way these look attached to the top or attached to the bottom. Guess I never did just look at the original, but the original's really, really long comparatively. These are all much stubbier. Kind of goes with the slope of the front. Do I do a signature of mine, which is the radiators under here? Oh, the stupid engines, I swear. Landing gear, always the death of me. Fit them up top, though. This combo is garbage, though. Not loving it. Now we're just looking like my old ship, right? Like too much soap. Supposed to be different. What if we just take the front of the gun pods and attach them to these? So skeleton gun pod would be, say, this into that. I liked the reactor thing. Hawk that on the front. Do I build around the landing gear, though? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there technically is a middle point. 1, 2. No, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wide. So there's no technical middle point. Strip you. I don't have a Stroud one made. Structural. This is how much time and effort goes into like one little bit of my ship design. Where's the upside down one? There is no rear facing upside down one. I hate you, game. My only option is the Demos rear facing slanted is this thing. And the cargo hold, I guess, would be another option. It's not terrible. Just embracing the hab into the gun pod. Do these have upside down versions? Can we hide this enough? I don't hate it. Come on, game. Up. Up. Thank you. Don't love it, don't hate it. Match it. Rounded edges look off. With these front caps. What am I looking for? Did I delete all of them that I had out? I think I did. You're not getting used, so you can get yeeted. Don't need so many of you. Clean this up just a little bit. I'm making a mess. Also getting really hot. Turn off the space heater. It was chilly earlier. Is there a reason for this to all be so far back? I don't think so. It is, however, starting to look way too much like my other ship again. I think. Drastic? Too drastic. So ugly. Too drastic. That's coming off. Starting to sweat. Three is a lot. But I like that. Okay. All this depends on what we can find to fade into these engines. Would a spine fade be cool here? Or is it too square off on the back? So I'm one short of proper fading out through spines. Doesn't match the aesthetic at all, right? Simple? Where's the fade spine to nothing? Love or hate? Don't know. Come around here, JU. What hides here? If I remember correctly, there's nothing that fades into that and looks good. I think that would be the cleanest. Then we ask the question, why is the engine so high, and does it look better just down and cleaning the top of this? Personally, I think that looks cleaner. Please select the right things. I don't need the engine. I think we still want to change these out anyways. I did that all wrong. Go. Did I do a length check anytime soon? Or anytime recently would be a better way to word that? I don't think I have. Watch it be too long for all this. It's exactly 39. So we fit. I think this is too close to the back. I think it's better underslung. Let's sit in one high. Or do you mean underslung like this, the weapons? It's kind of in the zone there. Missed your chat message by a few, probably. Better underslung with what, these capping it? Oh, the worst part of all this is we're gonna have landing gear errors out the wazoo. You're still an illusion that needs to actually be attached to the ship. Something we haven't talked about yet. You're not relying on that for a connection, right? No, you're not. Means we could arguably throw one of you back here. So there's good chances I'm gonna have to do that. Anyways. Now we get into this stupid outside area that I just never know what to do with. Too much? I think that's too much. There's just no good caps. There's nothing that fits flushly. The hell? Okay. It's a little aggressive on the outside. This is a totally new one. This is another super high-end ship with 4 habs. If I squeeze more in here, great, but it doesn't look like more is gonna come into this build. I feel like those look better squared. Alright. Technically, you should come forward 1, 2 now. Okay. So there's 4 there. I have to find more places to squeeze landing gears. Now I should really try and find a way to attach this top. See, yeah, it's technically still not attached. Entire engine package isn't attached to my ship currently. And it's like, do I just take the cop-out way? Wait, why won't that fit there? I just don't know if I like how long the ship is. Just out of curiosity, how ugly does this look? It's like the RP would be coolant, and we also need to pump it to the 2 side pods, but don't think I like the way it looks. Do I just run another spine? Could do one here. What do I close this gap with, though? Starting to use a lot of those. It's got 3 now. But it does kind of blend well with that radiator up there. But it looks like shit from behind. And this is going to be like your camera angle, quite literally, right? Oosh. So there's a landing gear stopping me from dropping this reactor by 1. There's nowhere else to put the reactor. That's just higher and more obnoxious. Don't like? You're talking about like right here? I don't think we can get anything that looks good. I mean, I could put another one of these things back here. But then like you still have this weird just super flat back area and they're freaking huge bits. I did want to check out what these look like here. So there's smaller versions of those big things. So that kind of rounds it out as well, right? Minimizes that. I don't want that thrown so far off in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if I like this better. You know, if you're having trouble with camera, here's what I found to work. Keep everything level, like say 0, and if you need parts, go to a higher level and simply raise them. Yeah, it makes sense. Problem I have with the camera angle is like just trying to get a good line of sight on things. So I like the top one. I don't think, I mean, yeah, I agree that what I've been doing with all these parts is they're just in the way now. So I see what you mean by what you do. I tend to just throw them way out there to the sides though. I don't think I like that profile from the front with these there. I think these look better. I think the bottom looked better too, having these. So weird. It's all yesterday. I couldn't have this many pieces thrown around the whole world. I still do not like that. Could just throw like some radiators up here just to break up the silhouette. Doesn't necessarily flatten it out or round it out, but like it just looks good, you know what I'm saying? There's some sort of flare up there, some reason for the flat surface. Just drop like a little antennae up there. Tempted to just run that, but it's such a harsh gap here. Come back to that one. We're starting to make it hard for me to even fit the things I want on here, though. It's like, what am I missing currently? Whoops, that's a terrible decision for me to try and move the camera by changing heights when I can just zoom in and out. We might have to replace these guys with cargo containers, which is harsh right here, just for stats purposes. See how well they hide. It's so flat over here now, though. It's gonna look like shit. I mean, I guess technically this gets horizontal weapon mount on it by default. Even though we might not need that. Perpetual chaos of how much I jump around. Haven't decided on those yet. It's kind of a harsh angle there, but the ship's kind of covered in harsh angles, so it doesn't not fit. And the cool thing about this is if I do a Stroud here, I could mirror these here. And it really tightens up these landing gear in that top. And there's just this super flat surface here for no reason. Yeah, so like my first build guide, that just has really, really good stats. But I want it to be a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, just a little different, and it's like so similar. It's like originally we started asymmetrically. It's gonna put one gun pod on the side, put like a cockpit over here, but now it's turned into this instead. I don't know if I like this. This is just, I mean, this is cool, but it's so similar to my other ship. Where it's like I could still technically yank these off Like put this here, move you over here. This hab here. Put something up front here. Like yank this thing off. Can bring this whole gun pod forward. The easiest way to do that is probably to take these two off and double click this thing. Bring it forward. This is way too far forward. We'll have to change that. But all my designs go through some radical changes. Like this is going to be one of them. Like I like this better than my other one. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like if I kept going with what we were doing, but it's basically the same. But like if we double this up. Why don't you have a snap point on the front of you? Fusion. So that would be all the weapons on one side. Like a cockpit over here. And then it's like weird. Doable, but weird. The other thing looks a lot cooler though. And it's like the other video is doing so well. Why radically shift it if it fucking works? Or if it's not broken, don't fix it. But like that would be one super radical change that I was originally thinking of as an off-centered cockpit. Can we undo it back to where it was? Is there enough undos to undo all my shenanigans we just did? Anyone know how many undos it even saves? Maybe I'll do that next. I mean, I did the asymmetrical one last time we were here. Like, we made this thing. It's not Millennium Falcon, but like, it's an asymmetrical, cool ship. So you're technically not connected. I don't think this thing was connected in here. You're technically not connected. I don't know why. Oh, come on. You were all just connected. What does it hide? What's this all black silhouette? Oh, that's a mean looking ship. I ain't gonna fucking lie. Then if we do the exact opposite, what are the super standout blaring issues? Tempted to do this, then do radiators here just because I'm a sucker for radiators. Do I like those there? They can't go forward. They would have to be back there because of the way these engines rotate and work. Does it make it too busy in the middle? It does look structurally sound though, I'll give it that. So you got 3 mounting points. Technically it's not a square, but like it's still pretty damn sound. Got a mix of the 2 landing gears. Could do a landing gear check real quick. Ish. We have so many extra modules floating around though. Wait, dockers have to be on the edge of the ship? Oh, it's probably because I have like pieces just lowered. I think we're done with all these experimental gun pods. Clean up some of this crap. These are on the ship so I can clone them if we need them. Shit, we still have 2 cargoes off and we have no fuel tanks yet. But we can tuck fuel tanks in here. We just like looking a lot like my old ship, right? Is there anywhere else these could tuck in? Question is, do you want them to be highlighted or hidden? Decisions. So we won't need these on the edges, to be totally honest. What does 2 of these mirrored right next to each other look like? I don't hate it, but what would other options be? Fuel tanks. Come on, game. Camera angles, please. They're just bigger options. Those are the smallest. Unless we had like a rounded flare here. That would not match the aesthetic of the ship in general, right? So if I completely clean this up, what does our mobility and mass look like? We're at 90, it's a respectable number, but that gives me 2 of these that we don't have a home for. And she's packed pretty damn tight. Don't hate it. What else are we missing? We're missing our shield, which kind of tucks up here and hides that line fuckery. I wish you could just mirror things to mirror things and not have to assign them to things, just have extras. I know there's mods for it. think my wife is home. She probably needs help with groceries. Yeah, I have to go help my wife unload the car. I'll be right back real quick. Think about what you want to put in here. Okay. What's your favorite cockpit? Honestly, it's probably this cockpit. It's this cockpit because of the stats on it. Might actually have to delete one of these. I feel like when I got up and came back, our stats changed a little bit. Hey, how's it going? HU brings us up to 95. I'd like to keep it above 90. Cargo... Shielded cargo bay. You're heavy though, aren't you? Yeah, that doesn't blend well at all. Fuck that. Oh, thank you. I mean, there are places we can stick this thing. Specifically under here? No. Delete that one and go with the smaller one, because, like, a lot of people don't even want or need a shielded cargo hold. Never mind needing a big one. If I wanted to keep it symmetrical, we do that. It's a little clippy, though. Yeah, but, like, it looks so janky. Anyway, it doesn't even like fit up here anywhere. Then like what, we put a nose down here. And now we just added ladders to the ship. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not actually terrible, but also, like, not how this ship was designed. I think if we could set it back to here, I feel like the front would be long enough to justify its existence back here. Here, it's, like, a little too short. But then we have to fuck the whole landing gear setup and redo everything. Challenges for other days would be to make a not front cockpit ship is a good challenge. To do the Millennium Falcon style ship is a good challenge. Do I like this double setup? I don't think so. Do I like it on top? I think it fits better with this. It's like, what do we do to break up these sides? They probably won't need weapon mounts. Is it just maneuvering thrusters? Is that enough? Small radiators out here? I know we're in the white scheme and it hides nothing, so like, it's also a thing. Don't hate, don't love. was gonna say, what if I swap these, but I can't because that makes this unattached because it doesn't have the proper attachment points. I'm guessing you're using a mod that allows all parts in one place? No. No mod. Where do you think there's modded overlap or something? Mod allows all parts in one place. This is 100% zero mods. Do I like these up here better? What do these look like? I agree, that would be really cool. No. Zero mods. So if you're asking like how I got some of the parts that don't belong here, if you watch the beginning of the stream, I went around and bought these, I went around and bought these, I went around and bought these. I bought just some of the parts you couldn't get. And same with the engines, the reactor, and then I brought them to my outpost, and I bought extras. So like if I come into, nope, wrong button. Could you imagine? Just canceling all of this. Add. If I come into here, I deleted some. Or just like the extras we made that you can't get here. Like we have NG20s in here because I deleted some. We've got Habs here. The braces. So I deleted them. That's why it says a plus next to them, because they were deleted. You can always put them back down. Yeah, it's all good. I'm just saying, so no, there's no mods. I just brought the stuff here. Do we need these landing gears? Yes, if we want to keep it symmetrical. Other questions. Do I absolutely need these big landing gear in the middle? No. Do they add anything to the ship? I don't know. So what would I want to change if I were to get rid of these landing gear? And what would that look like in free up? Should become skinny. Kind of exposed. Do we like it better with or without? Because that would change. I would need to like do this for my own sake. To have landing gear near the front, because there's this huge bit sticking out. That looks bad. And I think I would need more landing gears as well, right? Like, how many more would we need to fit? I'd have to go buy more, actually. But what does that allow us to do? It would allow me to... I would need to fit one more, two more landing gears on this ship. We already don't have room for everything we want as it is. So drag you forward, put you back up here. I basically need to make room for 2 landing gears. Is that really what that says? Unattached cannot reach cockpit from landing bay. Oh, that's right. These landing bays are a rear-facing door, or are they a top? I thought they were a top. Where did that go? It is a top. This game just being stupid. Okay, well now that doesn't fit there. There we go. Problem solved. I don't think there's any way with how I built the ship and with the cargo we want to squeeze on this that I could, with the amount of habs we have, that radical changes not to use these. What if we just use 2 up front? Looks weird, right? What if we RP that the rear engine packs are so fucking heavy that they require that extra support back there? And just run the 2? Do we like that better or worse? Also, let me tuck these back a little. Honestly, probably. Probably would. Kind of look like they would when they rotate, but couldn't tell you. I guess the ship is at a point where the board's clean enough where I can back out of here. And we can take a look-see. What are the stats on this ship with no selected crew or proper crew? $12,000 cargo. It's a good stat. So if they clip, Do I like try and replace them with Novas? That might also fit in their positioning. Hallway there. This deletes. I don't even know what's supposed to be in this shroud. I just know whatever module we put here is gonna have like nothing in it because it's got hallway, ladder. You know what I mean? Let's see what its flight profile looks like. Remember, we got 0 weapons, so if there's enemies, we might be in trouble.
Engines purring. Let's do this.
If they are clipped, you can't tell when flying it, right?
We're in orbit. What next?
Just gonna pretend that a whole shamandering of ships didn't just fly out of these places at like Mach 10. What do I need to do? I don't think we're clipped. And if we are clipped, we're clipped ever so slightly into this radiator. Which, like, is that enough for you guys to think this is stupid? Because there's no clip there. With this layout, I could move the radiator forward, actually. I'm not in love with how far out the nose sticks. And like if we move the pods forward one, it would hide that a little. That's to be a proctologist to spot it. And I think in space, they add like a good, like they round out this top a little, fold it up. I think that looks good. She obviously doesn't have the guns on it yet. There's no actual paint job yet. She's just primed. You only see these 4 engines for the most part when you're flying it. I mean, that's an engine picture. We get the camera angle properly here, thank you. Really wish you could zoom out like another 50 yards, right? It's like this is all you would see fighting and stuff, right? I think there's a little bit more flaring to do, a little more minute changes. I'm gonna try bringing the wings forward one. See what that looks like. It would accentuate the back package of the engines more.
One less thing to worry about, I suppose.
I need to find something to stick under here just to break up the flat silhouette. Same with the top. And I could be convinced to remove this somehow, but I don't know what. Because these I don't think would cut it up here. But first things first, see what this looks like with these moved forward. Wait, what? Oh, I guess technically it's still connected there. This would also get rid of the clipping, right? Then there's space for that in there. Why would I do it that way? I just think this cockpit looks better when it's got things up against it like this. Then it's like, we could argue for atmospheric flight, this would be better. Given these radiators are for in space. Question is, do we like this better or worse? I think it gives it a little bit more of an aggressive forward posture. I just wish I could throw things like this on here and not actually like have the game throw errors, because like throwing like 2 of these on here would look kind of cool, like just something like little bits, antennas and things, you know what I mean? Like, I know there's mods for it, but we're not rocking mods. It's just, I know from this, like this angle, I don't like this right here, but like the front profile of this ship looks clean for like what it is. And this is like the worst color scheme it'll ever be in. It shows every imperfection. There is technically these smaller ones. I just need to double check this for myself. I know last time I didn't like it, but like, have I changed my mind? Nope, that's not the right one. Should just delete them. What? I think that makes the bottom look too flared out for literally no reason, right? What does it look like with all 3 skinnier ones down here? It narrows up the butt. They match the engines better. My problem with them is there's nothing good to line it up with on the bottom, I don't think. Because they're weird shaped. See you, Zest. Thank you for stopping by again. I appreciate it. I wish I could reverse one of those. That would look really, really cool. Stick it into the engine, but you can't flip it. None of the cargos line up well either. I don't hate it, but it does, that is an expensive cost. And it's an expensive because it lowers the maneuverability of the ship. Do we like it better with the old setup or this newer setup? Makes this rear end look a little bit more square though. That or this? I think I like this better. What if we did take this one out and just put a flat one under there? So it breaks it up a little on the back. I think we're gonna stick with these. Question is, do I like the one smaller with those fuel tanks back there? I think I do. Just kind of looks like there's like coolant or something back there. We'll just have 140 fuel each, which I guess technically means we could lower the amount of fuel by a butt ton. $140 is 280. This would bring me to 480. You need, I think it's 510 with the max skills to jump across the whole universe. The problem with the top one smaller as well, I mean, I'll do it to look, but it's it kind of highlights this engine disparity. Like right here, I think this looks wrong. Just having one stick out on this engine when the bottom doesn't. That was my take with the one on top. So we looked at that earlier. As it just doesn't match the engine. Over here it matches the engine. I think this one looks better in that combo. And it would like make sense that this one's a little smaller because you don't need all the bits for this, for the engine like mechanics in here. I mean, you could argue that these are like vents or pass-throughs or something. Something weird like that aerodynamically if you really want to argue it. But I think these fuel tanks down here just look better than this combination. Just adds more character to the ship as well. So that's 210, 420 plus these. So this gives us a little bit extra fuel. It keeps us at 94 mobility. I'm good with that. We liked these moved forward. We liked the radiators forward more. Do we like the radiators by themselves up front? Or do we like the up front doubled up? Because you could argue it makes more sense to have more structural support back here with the landing gear. However, these little winglets hide how square these freaking containers are here. So I don't want those on the wing. I hate them on the wing. There's just nowhere else to squeeze it. Unless we take away like all character from the top here. And I like put them up here and the whole top is literally just a row of containers. Like so. Which I do not like. I also am not sold on this bit here. But I don't know what we could put up here. I'm assuming that was my wife saying she is ready to go watch the sprint race in F1. So, I'm gonna find what fits up here, if there is anything. It's just so hard with how skinny these engines are to match anything. We've looked at that. I do like that it comes to the exact same height as the radiator. However, I don't like these harsh lines on this outside, but I think it's still the best choice for what fits there. So there's no alternative versions of that. This just doesn't go high enough. I'm not against that still, but it just looks a little out of place up there. That doesn't match the entire aesthetic of the ship. I love this Stroud engine strut, but it's still just a flat wall behind it. Too big. I think if we do the hide it paint job, this will actually not look too terrible. Because the game hides things really well with the solid black. Nope, that highlights it because apparently that part of that engine doesn't get painted. Oof. Oofta. There's just no square, like single thick or half thick piece. And that's just like you're giving your ship a mohawk if you stick that out the top like so. It just looks so unfinished up here. That's obviously the go-to for every single person, but that just doesn't fit the aesthetic here. Whoops. It's like, do we redesign an entire ship because of this one little area up here? It's like, what are alternative options? I don't think there are any. Worst part is I don't fucking hate that. I think it looks weird with these here. It's just really busy in that one area of the ship, and they're like slightly too large. Oh, you know what? I backed out, so we lost all the extra shit I flew here. Oozy will. I'm not gonna do it because we're not exploiting like that, but I'm just curious. What this looks like merged into itself. Psh, doesn't even look bad, which is the worst part. Because it's all that kind of like radiator shit. Looks like more pipes flowing into it and stuff, right? What if we're non-hide it scheme? What does it look like? Yeah, even in show all, it just looks good up there. No, I have not yet. Is that even one of the ones you can do in here? Talking about this Hope Tech one. There's actually Hope Tech fuel sludges that match this profile perfectly. That I don't think people really know about because they don't show up in this. You can only buy them at Hope Tech place. It is on my list of things to actually try to I hate that I like that so much. So my only pet peeve so far of this ship is that the landing gear isn't a little bit farther forward, given there's no way to get it farther forward, really. I mean, I could attach one to the front of the ship like so, but that is just so not good. But it would be fine in real life too, because you have this here, but eh. But either way, my wife and I are going to go watch the race, F1 race, sprint, and then the F1 race. She was out with the baby for the afternoon, so that's why I decided to stream. So today's gonna be a much shorter stream. I'll probably maybe stream tonight. We'll see how that goes. So I'm gonna head out, guys, and I really do appreciate you all. Yeah, we'll be making a bunch of ships. We're gonna do that cockpit you mentioned. I want to do a Millennium Falcon style. I want to do another asymmetrical ship. Let's try some other things, because like this is my go-to, but I want to remake the ship that everyone loves and just make it a little bit better, because there are problems with it, and I think this is a really good start here. We're not completely done. We got weapons, might finagle and fiddle with a few more things to see what we can get this thing perfect, but for now this is a really good start for only 3 hours into a stream. It's amazing how much faster things go when you know the pieces you're working with compared to the last time. So thank you all again for stopping by. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next one. Dig Fig.